It is always a tradition here on a Football Friday and on a Sports Friday. Oh, by the way, NCAA tournament. We're going to get to that here in a minute, baby. One of the best times in sports, even if you don't know what you're rooting for. Here we go. Big Sills, welcome aboard. Hey, most of the people in here, okay? Most of the people in here don't know the teams that are in the tournament. Who cares? Everyone loves drama. It's the greatest reality TV show on the planet next to the NFL. That's why we love sports. You don't know the ending of this reality show. It's fantastic. It's absolutely great. I love the NCAA tournament. Speaking of that, our super friends at Underdog Fantasy, March Madness, we're looking for you. Help Big Sills out here, JAKIB Sports. We're looking for 500 folks. And our viewers and subscribers are some of the most loyal people I've ever been associated with. Okay? And throughout the tournament, all you have to do is sign up. $10, they match it. $20, they match it. $100, they match it. All the way up to a C note throughout the tournament. Very simple. Also, if you're going to do this, you guys are a select group of people. And we'll talk about it after the tournament. Okay? So you remember, promo code WIN. That's WIN. God, there's a lot. Hey, I don't know why the NFL Network went off the air, and I'm with you, baby. Go Huskies. UConn Hoop. Hey, I got to tell you, man, when I was a kid, and Jim Calhoun's been on this program and he's a dear friend of mine, built that thing in stores. It's one of the absolutely greatest, and I mean the greatest programs in the country. And I can't believe how good that thing. They were not good back in the old Big East days, but they built that thing into a powerhouse. Doesn't really matter. Okay? It really doesn't matter who the coach is. Okay? Doesn't really matter, man. Absolutely. I appreciate everybody saying how much they love the show. We appreciate you guys picking us because you could pick anybody to join, and there's so many options out there, and we thank you so much. All right. Like I said about the NFL Network going dark this week because they don't have content. I say this to you. Hey, man, end of the day, you don't have anything to talk about right now? Are you crazy in what's going on, especially in the world of sports? I do want to hit on one thing when I hear people talking about John Calipari. John Calipari getting knocked out by, dude, I thought Oakland was in California. I didn't know it was in Michigan. And I watched that game last night. You see what he did immediately? He deflected. Guys got one NCAA win in 5 years. He won one national championship with all them one-and-done guys and all those dudes that go on to the NBA. John Calipari, in my opinion, he's an overrated coach. How do you have that kind of talent and you win one? And by the way, you know why he's losing? He's not pivoting. Great coaches and great organizations, this includes the Eagles. If you're not constantly pivoting and you're not constantly evolving, you're going to get run out of the business. And that's exactly what happened to Nick Saban, Coach K. All these guys got run out of the business because they couldn't adapt to nil and the transfer portal. Dude, that team last night that Kentucky lost to had two dudes on it, 24 years old. I don't give a shit how many 19-year-olds you have on your team that are going to go to the NBA. 19-year-olds versus 24-year-olds in that atmosphere, you're going to get beat. You're going to get beat. And he refuses to evolve. And you know what he comes back and says? We've helped so many people go on to become millionaires. Can you imagine? Hey, Xander was at Alabama. Xander, can you imagine Nick Saban saying this to the Alabama alumni and boosters? You know, we're really not concerned about winning national titles or SEC titles. We're concerned about moving guys on to the NFL. They'd run your ass out of there in 2 seconds. You know, it's one thing to sit there and say that when you've got 7 national titles. And you can show that you put guys in the NFL and they've gone on to great wealth and you've developed those guys. I'm just like, dude, are you crazy? These guys got ran out of the business because they can't evolve. Hey, it's tougher to be a coach in college sports today. You got to constantly recruit your guys every week, like Herm Edwards said the other day. And John Calipari refuses to pivot. He'll be out of Kentucky in 2 years. I'm surprised they haven't fired him already. He's got a lifetime contract. You know that guy makes $10 million a year, and he's got 1 postseason win in 5 years, and he's won 1 national title. Dude, Tubby Smith did a great job at Kentucky, and he got fired. Tubby won a national title, and he won 27 games and then got fired. It's pretty incredible. Dude, unbelievable. All right. Are you guys ready to rock? Did you see Jason Light's comment, the general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this morning? Have you guys read it? Have you guys seen it? Have you guys seen the comment or heard it? Let me throw this at you here. Here's Jason Light. You know, Levante David. This man stands the test of time. He is a man whose game hasn't fallen off, and this is why we gave him a new deal. This guy here you can count on all the time, Levante David. And you know what he kind of hinted at? Some guys just don't pan out. Who was he talking about? Devin White? He took a shit on him on the way out the door, and he did it with Levante David. He did it with Levante David. He was taking a shit on Devin White. I love it. Hey, this guy stands the test of time. This is a guy you can count on. This is a guy who will always be there, unlike others. Yeah. The general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers couldn't wait to get rid of Devin White. And where does he land? He lands in the land of misfit toys, also known as AKA the Nova Care Center, which should be called the Kindergarten Center now. How you doing? It's the house of misfit players. Okay? The house of misfit players. How you doing? Hey, Dan, you going to spend all afternoon talking about Devin White again? Hey, Dennis, if I do, I'll let you know. So sit there, keep fanning away. I'll hook you up a little bit, Dennis. Don't worry about it, son. You let Big Sills handle the content, and you keep handling the complaints. We'll be good there, all right? That's kind of the dividing line here. I'll sit over here, and I'll design the show, put the topics together, and you sit over there in your complaining world, and you complain about Big Sills, and you can sit there and do all that. All right? I mean, that's how we separate power here on this program. All right, Big Dennis? How you doing? Dan, do you think the Ravens secured a Super Bowl with signing Henry? I think they have to do a little bit more in their back end. 304, I hope Dallas drafts that Oregon center. We're going to talk a little bit about the Cowboys today. So what's his name? Dennis, we got a little Cowboys too. How's that for you? Is that okay? Will that clear it? Or the Duke OT and Brooks from Texas or Benson from FSU. Then we can sign Dan Sileo to play DT. I think my playing days finally, after 3 years of me saying I could play one more play, I got to say, 304, it's probably out, okay? This show should be called Same Shit Sills. N91 should be called I get up every morning, I look over at my wife, have a cup of coffee, and make sure I jump on to complain about Sills. I'm just as important as your wife, guy, or your significant other dude or person, whomever that may be. So I appreciate you, N91. So when you get up in the morning, you make sure you roll over and say to Big Sil, same shit, same time next day, right? All right. How you doing? You know why it's the same shit? Because your team does the same shit. That's why. Same shit, same cheat players. How you doing, Denny? Welcome aboard. I'm feeling good. It's a Friday. Come on now. Yes. Holy cow, how you doing here? Don't backpedal. Backpedal. Big Sills doesn't backpedaling. Shit, homeboy. Okay. It's the same shit because it's the business model. Listen to this guy. Holy cow. What are you, Big B over at IP? Or one of them shitty program directors over there? How would you know? Same shit, same time. Well, stop signing the same shitty players. You might give me some new content. Hey, you know what's crazy about that? I like what they just said, Xander. Same shit every day, which is not true. I don't even know what I said yesterday. It'd be nice if your team gave us something different every day instead of signing used cars and broken down jalopies and a bunch of people you've got hope. Let's get into the topics here. Okay? Let's do this. Oh, yeah, you know what's always great is that we'll sit around and watch LJ post for 4 hours on how bad I am, how I constantly rip Nick. Let's see what else. Same shit, same day, LJ. Same stuff, never changes. 35 posts a day, 25,000 posts a year. Same shit, same day. Nothing changes. He comes here and takes a shit and just makes sure he gets up. Same shit, same day. It's okay, LJ. Okay? LJ once again thinks that I'm angry. Why would I ever be angry at you? That would mean that I respect your takes. Don't get it confused. I don't. I only get upset with people I respect. Just remember that. How you doing? LJ, man, I have a fun time. He has a fun time with me. By the way, LJ, can I get one thing? Can I get one thing from you? Honestly, I'm going to ask you an honest question. Can we put down the BS for a minute? Can I ask you one question? And it's not a rip. Okay? Can I ask you one question? One question. This may determine whether or not you get on the program, too. As long as it isn't sex, I'll give you. Okay. Is this what you guys did to Josh Innes? You constantly wrote him, and then you eventually wrote him out of town. Is that what happened? Because I heard he was like number one in the market. You guys made him number one, but then he couldn't handle it. And then you ran him out of town. And I heard he was a dick to his salespeople. Is that what happened, LJ? No, there's Andrew there. Now he just sucked at his job. I was just asking. All right. I just wanted to know what happened to that guy because That dude was there for a minute and he was out. WIP ruined that. Oh, he was there and I heard he was doing very well. And then all of a sudden he just got destroyed. Okay. All right. No, he wasn't like you, Danny. That's right. I personally didn't like him. Yeah, because he takes things too seriously. That guy sucks so bad. Wait a minute. Hey, LJ, who sucks worse, Kincaid or him? I'm kidding. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I actually like John, and I know him a long time. Don't answer that. Oy vey. I don't know how I get there. All right. Let's get to a topic maybe Dennis will appreciate. Okay? Let's get to a topic here. He was fake as much as we hate you. Oh, all right. Let's go here with the Eagles here. What holes remain with Philly? And how about these gambles here? Will the Eagles regret bringing Gardner Johnson back? Do you think they'll regret bringing Gardner Johnson back? Why is it going to work a second time? Martin, no. Steve, no. Flexing goes like this. He bothered me. Yes. Time will tell. Thank you, RTF. I'm asking you right now an opinion. Hey, what are you, Bill Colarulo? Time will tell? I know time will tell. I'm asking you today. Okay? I'm asking you now. Will they regret it, bringing him back? Was that a one-year wonder thing? Hey, I say this stuff about Hurts. You think he's going to duplicate what he did in 22? Okay? LJ says that Gardner Johnson's better than what we have. Yeah. Makes better. How about this one? He makes bigger plays than anyone you have. Seals, you said Michigan players didn't pan out in the NFL. They have the third most NFL Hall of Famers of any school and are about to set the record for the draft. Okay. Who's the last Michigan guy to go into the Hall of Fame? Tom Brady? Oh, he's not in yet, but he will be. Who's the last Michigan player to go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame? The corner, the Heisman Trophy winner, played at Michigan. Charles Woodson. Thank you. Who else? Just in the last 15 years. Who's Michigan put in? Law. Ty Law's a Hall of Famer. Okay. Hutchinson. There's 3 in the last 15 years. Okay. Miami's put 11. Brady's not in the Hall of Fame. Name me a superstar football player from Michigan right now in the NFL. Aiden Hutchinson? I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to be a really good football player if he's not already. Name me a football player from Michigan right now where you went, that guy is a superstar ball player. With all of your guys, and you're telling me that they have all these guys, okay? What guy right now is in pro football that's a Michigan guy outside of Aiden Hutchinson where you go, that guy's a superstar from Michigan? Nico Collins? All right. I think he's a great player. Brandon Graham? Okay. Brandon Graham? Why not? You're making it sound like Michigan's got like all-pro guys littered all over the place. And Brandon Graham is almost a 20-year guy. That's like 20 years ago. Peppers is not bad. He's not bad. Hey, guys, but you're making it sound like Michigan puts these superstar players. By the way, we can do the same thing with Georgia players. Who's the best Georgia player right now in the NFL? Roquan Smith? Who else? Chubb? After those two, who? Pickens? Stafford? Yeah, okay. Jalen Carter, yet to be seen. So, Stafford, who didn't play for Kirby, but he's a Georgia guy. Okay? Bradley Chubb, 2 in, right? Okay? Okay, right? Okay. Cook on the Bills is pretty good. These guys are all good players. Joe Staley's, yeah, he's good. Yeah. But not really like all-pro killer guys. Roquan's probably it. Okay? Justin Houston had a really fabulous career. I think, LJ, if I'm not mistaken, I think Justin Houston played for Mark Richt. He's still a Georgia guy. I mean, that's okay. Right. Todd Gurley, he's not in the league any longer. But who's an all-pro from Georgia right now? What guy on the all-pro team? Best in his position, best in the league. Roquan? No one else. There's no Michigan all-pro guy. You know, you make it sound like these guys have put all-pro monsters in the NFL. They haven't. Some of these programs are college-driven. Like, look at Bryce Young. Bryce Young's a heck of a ball player at Alabama. You have to be determined if he's an NFL guy. Okay? You have to be determined. By the way, I'm not suggesting in any way that they're not getting proper coaching down there. So let me continue where we are here. So how many people I think when it comes to Gardner Johnson coming back, I think that's a gamble. Let me ask you this. Will Barkley be an upgrade at the running back position from the last 2 years? Ohio State's got a lot of talent. That's for sure. Play-by-play JJ. Prince says yes. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do this here. You guys think that Saquon is going to be a massive upgrade? Barkley isn't scared of contact. Sanders and Swift were. Okay, that's fair. But let's do this. Let's get the old calculator out. 1,300 yards plus 1,050. Let's see here. Equals 2,350 yards the last 2 years. Divided by 2 is roughly 1,200 yards. Last 2 years in receiving with these two men was 27 plus 39 equals 66. Divided by 2 equals 33. Oh, and by the way, 16, 8. So that's 8 touchdowns. So let's go here. 214 plus 154 equals 368. 205. So, you think Saquon Barkley is going to have 1,200 yards rushing this year, 8 touchdowns, 33 catches for more than 200 yards. Correct? Because that's what you've averaged from your running back position the last 2 years. You think Barkley, who in the last 4 years has averaged 700 yards a season, is going to gain 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns, 33 catches, and over 200 yards receiving, and he hasn't consistently done that at all in the last 4 years since his knee injury. Okay. Well, he hasn't done that. As a matter of fact, in the last 4 years, he's had 1 year that was really good. Now, to give it to you, he's on a better team. No question. But to even this thing up, his benchmark and his floor is 1,200 yards rushing. Okay? It's 1,200 yards. How much value add for Saquon is the best O-line in the NFL? Could make the numbers up, could make up the numbers difference. Here, okay? What about his being healthy has nothing to do if you have the best O-line in football. It has nothing to do with that. This guy's injury prone. Just got here what Sil's. Dude, okay, look. Jay, I just said in the last 2 years, will Barkley be an upgrade at the running back position? That means he has, here's the worst he can do. 1,200 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns, 33 catches for over 250 yards receiving, which means he's theoretically has to put up 1,500 yards in total offense for it to be an upgrade. Or how about this? For it to be equal to last year. If he puts those numbers up, that's not an upgrade. He's giving you the same as your last 2 running backs. So, for it to be an advantage to what Xander says, and he's got to have 1,500 yards rushing, 60 catches, and 500 receiving for it to be an upgrade, right? Because if he just gives you 1,200 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns, 33 catches and over 250 yards receiving, he did what Miles Sanders and what DeAndre Swift did. How's that an upgrade? Do you understand what the benchmark is here now? The last 2 years, and you guys are under the assumption he's going to go for 1,500 yards when he's never in his career because of health, because of a poor team. All that is true. All that is true. No, LJ, I'm telling you what you've done the last 2 years in the backfield, and for you to make that thing an upgrade, and for him to be an upgrade from Miles Sanders, he's got to go for 1,500 yards. He can't just go for 1,200. That's what you've been averaging the last 2 years. I'm just telling you what you've done there. Well, get this. Martin says, Sills, I got 1,100 and 650 receiving. The 650 is high. That would be an upgrade in the passing game, not the running game. He'll get 1,500 to 1,700 total yards. Well, shit, that's the same what your guys did the last 2 years. That's not an upgrade. Where are you seeing that? Well, for him to be an upgrade, it's got to be 1,500 rushing and 500 to 600 receiving. That's an upgrade. Right now, your 2 backs, Sanders and DeAndre Swift, average 1,200 yards rushing and 250 yards receiving. That's almost 1,500 yards in total offense. He's got to be $2,000 for it to be an upgrade. And get this, he's got to average 8 touchdowns rushing. He's got to be more than 8 touchdowns. Okay. So you think he's going to do this? On a team where the football has got to go around to Devontae, and it has to go to AJ and Goddard. It's impossible. Not a chance. Not a chance he gets that. He's going to give you the same numbers. I don't think it's going to be an upgrade. You know why? Because you have to feed too many people in that offense. Barkley, 12 touchdowns this season, and he's never done that in his entire NFL career. And he's been injured. And albeit he's injured and been on a shitty team. Both true. Both true. Hey, do you understand what we're going to move on from this because this is not the only topic here, but you don't think, Sills, that means word is bond? I don't know what you're talking about. No, dude. I'm telling you what your football team has done the last 2 years at the running back position. That's not my word. That's not an opinion. That's exactly what they've done. This guy's making it sound like I made that 1,200 yards up. That's who they are. For it to be an upgrade, he's got to go for 1,500 yards rushing. Can't give me the same numbers. I could have kept DeAndre Swift and went cheaper or got someone else. All anyone playing the Giants have had to do was take Barkley away. Okay. All anyone ever had to do, William, was take Derrick Henry away. And they couldn't. Sanders and Swift always ran to, I'm not debating styles here, LJ. I'm debating results. People are going to look at Barkley and say, is he a better player than Sanders and Swift? Yeah. But that hasn't translated in his production. Bad team, injured player. Both of those are true. My point to you here is for you to get your money's worth, he's got to go north of 1,200 yards rushing, north of 33 catches, and north of 250 yards receiving. I'm running behind, but I don't believe anyone hates you. You're just the medieval woolly shirt used for after confession. Okay, when you make bare our eagle delusions with your harsh realities. Hey, Rob, I'm sorry, dude. I owe you money. Hey, Rob, I owe you money. How much does not having Kelsey impact the run? Oh, immensely. That's not the same offensive line. Barkley's not going to have the same success that those guys had. Absolutely. Hey, Rob, my bad, dog. Repost it. I'll try to do it again. My medieval reading from the University of Miami. Sorry, Rob. I'll see if I repost it again without paying. I'll try. Sorry, dude. Hey, my Ebonics didn't really work for me here. You know what I'm saying? Swift couldn't block. That's not my point. I'm talking about production. Hey, Big Sales and Jimmy Jew Banger from On the Road to Victory should be best friends. How you doing? Rob, I apologize. I owe you $15. I'm running behind, but I don't believe anyone hates you. You're just a medieval woolly shirt used for Penix after confession when you make bare our eagle delusions with your harsh realities. There. Whew. Man, sounds like I'm reading Confession to Father Bob. I apologize, Rob. I owe you. Holy cow. That was a hard one. Rob, you're delusional. Hey, I know, Rob, I don't think these people hate me. They hate what I say. You see, Rob, they don't hate Big Sills. By the way, Rob reminds me too. Super chats will always be a priority. Hey, Rob, they don't hate me. They hate my takes because they're true. See, Rob, they think that Saquon Barkley, so does Xander. He's going to go from north of 1,200 yards this year. Oh, what? Can't wait to see what. And by the way, you know why he won't do that? There's too many mouths to feed. Barkley's a 900-yard back, 50, 60 catches for another 500. He'll have 1,100 yards in total offense. But what his biggest asset will be to the offense, you know what it'll be? He'll be more of a decoy because people have to defend him. Okay? There's too many mouths. Hey, so wait a minute. He's going to have 50. Get this. Listen to this. So this is what people think the Eagles are going to do. Even Xander, wow, he got sucked into this too, huh? So they think 2,000 total yards by Saquon Barkley. Another what, 1,500 yards? By who? AJ? Another 1,100 yards? By, hang on here, let me get this right. There's 4,600 yards between three guys. Wait, what does Goddard get? 700? All right. So between four guys, you're going to have 5,300 yards of total offense when you had those same guys last year and you went 1-7 down the stretch. So you're going to have 5,300 yards with four dudes. Hey, okay. Hey. Remember what Keith Byers said? The Eagles didn't play championship football at the end of the year. They weren't playing championship football. Remember what Keith Byers said? Their season was over after Thanksgiving. Thing is, there's too many mouths to feed in that offense, Sills. He can't stay healthy. And if they run that high school offense like last year, his numbers could be worse. Better player, but same result. JJ, amen. Yes. Let me move on because we got a lot more to get to here. And like Dennis said, because we talk about the same shit every day, let me know when that's a reality. Oh, what? When you guys start going on your Jalen Hurts elite quarterback shit, yeah, you're always going to get me to respond. You got me, LJ, because he's not. I'll take 1,100 tough yards to get 8 in the box over 1,200 finesse yards. That's not the point. He's going to give you the same offense that you had a year ago. RTF. Sills show Sanders post-Eagle stats and Swiss before Eagle. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what is Barkley going to bring to this defense or offense? You're moving the goalpost in the question. You think he's coming in here and gaining 1,200 or 1,500 yards rushing and 5 receiving for $2,000. Okay? I can't wait to see that. That's an upgrade. Because if he gives you only 1,200 rushing and north of 250 receiving, that's not an upgrade. Let's move on. Because you guys aren't understanding what I'm saying. You've gained in the last 2 years 2,300 rushing yards. 2,400 rushing yards, just about. With 17 touchdowns. That's not awful. As a matter of fact, both guys were Pro Bowlers. Okay? Barkley is a more complete weapon than both Sanders and Swift. We're going to find, hey, well, he better be. Like you said, LJ, you know what his floor is? 1,200 rushing. Anything less than 1,200 rushing, that's signs of failure. Woo! 1,200 rushing means he wins the rushing title in the NFL. So for him, he's got to win the NFL rushing title for it to be an upgrade. How you doing? Woo! Wow, we set the bar high here. I love it. Should be. It's Philly. You should want to be a champion and not just a silver medalist. How you doing? Here's another question on some of the holes on the Eagles. When do the young guys show up? I mean, when do the young guys become a force on this team? You guys keep talking to me about 2021, 22, what they'll do in the draft. None of your young guys play big ball. Devontae, Landon, yes. The rest of them? Jalen, great start. Jalen Carter. But the last 3 years, Cam, yeah, he's all right. He's replaceable. He's all right. Where's Nolan Smith? Where's that dude? Oh, hey, Sills, I got really high hopes on Keely Ringo. High hopes? Don't you love those people who talk like that? I got high hopes on this guy. Hey, I got high hopes on this chick. Hey, I got high hopes for this person. What the hell's that? I got high hopes for this stock to go up and not go down. Hey, I got high hopes for Bitcoin. Okay? Hey, I got high hopes for this. Sounds like you're praying. High hopes to me means you're praying for something. Hey, I got high hopes. Hey, no. You should be saying this. I'm praying Nolan Smith's not a bust. I'm praying Nakobe Dean's not a bust. Hey, I'm praying that Keely Ringo and what's his name? Selwyn Brown? What's his name? The kid, Sidney Brown. I hope, or he's got potential. I like those words, man. Oh, my God. Can't get any better. Crypto, there you go. Hey, yeah, right. The guy who was playing on his computer with his chick, with Giselle and Tom Brady selling you whatever that thing was. Okay? Sills, you can't hate on rookies. Why? They hated on me. You know, they develop at different paces. Good organizations know that. Bad ones don't. You're right. You're right, LJ. Okay? Who's Selman Brown? Sidney Brown. That's it. Sidney Brown. He's the guy. Let's see. Jordan Davis is about 6 games away from getting the bust status. Ooh! Hold on. Ow, Xander! Man, Xander's like a proctologist doctor here in that one. Whoa! Holy cow. Xander said that Jordan Davis is 6 games, could be 6 plays away from getting that bust tag. I don't think he is, man. I don't think he's a bust. He's not a bum. He's who I said he was. Oh, you guys, hey, I'll tell you what, chasing Josh Allen down, he does have it in him. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Make or break deal for Davis. LJ, I don't think it's a make or break deal, but you know what I do think it is? It's going to define him. Okay? How about this? Do we agree? This is going to define him this year. You're a 2-down guy. All right? You're a 2-down dude. I don't think Nakobe Dean has that much time left on Philly's roster. I think they're going to do everything they can to give him as much of a chance, and they're going to pull the plug early on this. Like, if he doesn't show in 2 games, you may never see him again. But they're going to give him one last shot. And to LJ's point, maybe you should do it. Would I, if I was the personnel guy in Philly, would I give Nakobe Dean an opportunity to win that job? You know what I would do? I would. But you know what I would also do? I would have a very strong plan B. I would have, like, okay, if he doesn't make it, let's put the rookie in. You know what I mean? That's financially good. But here's the problem again. You fire back at me and go, Sills, you can't draft linebackers. So this is where we're going to go with our topic. Okay? This is where we're going to go here. I love Peyton Wilson from North Carolina State. I really do. I voted him on many of the All-American teams this past year. I think he's a heck of a ball player. I really do. I think he's got an opportunity to be a really good football player. Let's see if we can agree on one thing today on this Friday. LJ, do you believe that every single person that Howie Roseman has signed this offseason, everyone, is on a prove-it deal? Everyone that they have brought in is on a one-year prove-it deal. Here, let's go down the list. I think everyone. You think Kellen Moore's on a one-year prove-it deal? Been fired from 2 jobs, 2 years in a row? You think he's on a prove-it deal? You think if something goes crazy, that knowing the Eagle history and firing coaches and assistant coaches, shit, they did it in the middle of the season. They replaced the guy. You don't think that they would replace Kellen Moore if he was showing no signs of getting Jalen Hurts better? You don't believe that they wouldn't move on? They've shown you they have. Well, I disagree with LJ here. We're going to get to that. Let's go, Barkley. I think Barkley's on a prove-it deal. He's got to prove what you guys are saying in here. That it was the Giants that was... Wait a minute, LJ. You can't have it both ways, dude. If you say, and like Xander too, if you say it's the Giants, doesn't Barkley have to prove he can stay healthy? And it was the Giants' shitty team and organization that held him back? Isn't that a prove it? Because right now, his career has been C+. Isn't that a prove it? You can't have that both ways. Well, it was the Giants, Dan. Okay. Doesn't he have to prove that it was the Giants and not him? Doesn't he have to prove he could stay healthy for a team? How's that not coming in Philly? Well, those things, that's why the Giants moved on from him. Was exactly because of what I just said. Yeah, but most players aren't on this, blaming the opposing team and not being able to stay healthy. He's got to show he could stay healthy, correct? Well, if the Giants, well, LJ, if it's the Giants that are bad, I think he's got to prove that he is a 1,500-yard back because he hasn't yet. And then you could, hey, here, let me give you the greatest example of this. And this goes back to a great take by Xander. Hassan Reddick proved that Arizona and Carolina were wrong because they didn't know how to use him. Did he not prove those organizations wrong? With 27 sacks in the regular season in the last 2 years. Has he not proven them wrong? were you good in the NFL? No. Okay? Seals, the entire team should be put on a prove-it deal. Okay, fair enough, too. Okay? Didn't Hassan Reddick prove it? Hey, because one of my question was, Chris goes, Barnett leaves, gets an extension. I saw that with Houston, albeit it's 1 year, but still, right? Okay. Sills was not good, but at least he made it. Well, again, too, RTF. Thank you, Dave. RTF. One thing for sure, too. You got to always remember, I was read my last rites when I got sick in the pros. So there was a couple other things in there, too, that stopped me from moving on. But it's okay. It's old news. Okay? I got a rare disease and almost passed away. So it's part of life. And that's why we're here with you. It's all good. Okay? Let's see here. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Yes. So Barkley, yeah, hey, well, LJ, you know that. You know that. Hurts needs to prove, but Howie already paid his ass. Okay. Let me get there. Isn't Devin White on a prove-it deal? Okay. Stevens, the Sydney City team. Sydney City, does that sound right? NRL team? Sydney City. Anthony, yeah, I caught meningococcal meningitis, and I was in the hospital for 3 months. I was in a wheelchair for 2, on crutches for 3. I couldn't walk for about 1 month. And I was in one of those crazy bags because my respiratory system was off. I got sick in Tampa, and then it finally hit me in Dallas. And the priest came in with Kim and read me my last rites. I was supposed to die the next day. My aunt knows too. It's crazy. I was like, thank God. I never lost a pound, though. And my wife brings me Taco Bell the next day. She's like, he's not supposed to eat that. Yeah. It's crazy. One day I should write a book. Right, Barb? Let's move on here. Isn't Devin White on it? Okay. That's a horrible story. Yes, it is. Hey, look what I did. I put Jerome's thing back there. See it? For you guys. Because I don't get enough when it comes to like having Eagle memorabilia back there. So I put the Jerome thing back there. See that, guys? It's right over my, look at that. It's right over my shoulder, too. How good is that? How good is that? God is good. Absolutely. Man of faith. My family's people of faith. Devin White's on a prove-it deal. Of course, Sills is on a deathbed and eating a taco. It was. I'm not kidding, man. One of those bowls. Okay, one of those bowls. Right? Yeah. The guy walks in and goes, what are you doing? My wife goes, well, I brought him a taco in a bowl. And he's like, he's not supposed to be eating that. The guy's now breathing. Yeah. Hey, it was absolutely crazy. Jerome came and saw me. Who would have thought a couple years later he'd be gone? Oh, me and that guy were crazy. Gardner Johnson, isn't he on a prove-it deal? That it's not a mistake to bring him back? Okay. Isn't he on also one? Look at all these prove-it deals. OCDC. Vic Fangio. Vic's got to prove he could be a good coordinator. and stop people and take the talent Howie gives them and turns it into a really good defense. Barkley's got to show he could stay healthy and do what you guys want. Hey, it was the Giants, Dan. It was the Giants. Proved to make the games for CJGJ. CJ hasn't been able to stay healthy for 2 straight seasons. He's got to prove he could stay healthy and make plays again, right? Okay? About Kenny Pickett. CT, Sills, you're a tough son of a gun, Big Sills. Thank you for contributing your contribution to football on and off the field. Much respect. Thank you, man. It's really nice of you. I'm very proud that I played 7 professional seasons, even though I had to string them together. Like LJ says, I still played. And I still made over $2 million doing it. So I stole from somebody. Okay? I mean, hey, it may have been in Canada. It may have been in the Arena League. It may have been in the NFL. It may have been in the World League. But Big Sills laced them up, man. Yes, sir, man. Played football games in Frankfurt, Montreal, Lambeau Field, Soldier Field, the LA Coliseum. Played everywhere. Played in Barcelona. Played in London, England. Crazy ass stuff, man. Wrestled in Vienna, Austria. Wrestled in Germany. Oh, wrestled in Japan. Oh, I had a great time in NFL Europe. Probably the second best league to the original USFL. It goes AFL, USFL, original USFL, not the one they have now, because that's not as good as my league, the one they have now. The original one with Jim Kelly and the one that you guys had in Philly with Coach Mora, that was a great football team. So many guys on that football team went on to play in the National Football League. Dude, that Philly, I'll tell you what, that Philadelphia Stars team, I'd like to have seen that team play the Eagles. I don't know if they could beat them. I don't know if you could have beat that Stars team. They had a lot of really good football players on that team. And it was well coached. Okay? Hey, LJ, that Philadelphia Stars team that won those championships, like with Kelvin Bryant and all them guys back in the day, dude, that New York, New Jersey team that Trump owned with Kelly and Herschel Walker and all them guys, shit, they had signed Lawrence Taylor. He was leaving the Giants, and then the league went bankrupt. Trump broke the league. He bankrupted the league because of all the shit he did. That league would have been. I thought of playing for the Orlando Renegade. And then it would have been, I think, the Tampa Bay Bandits, because they moved them over. But they had contacted me. And I think they drafted me in the 2nd round as a junior. And I was going to leave. Jimmy goes, dude, you need another year. And I thought he was right. I did. Okay. Now he was right. And then they came to me and said, hey, look, and they drafted me in the 2nd round. Reggie White was a USFL guy. That's right. Birmingham Stallions. I'm a supplemental guy. Reggie's a supplemental guy. So, yeah, Jim Kelly was in that league. Herschel Walker was in that league. Man, there were so many great. William Fuller was in that league. Great. All right. Doesn't Bryce Huff also have to prove that he can play 3 downs? You didn't sign one guy that is not on a prove-it deal. And it's not like, well, we got to see if he can take his game from the Jets and be the same impact on the Eagles. We're saying shit like this about Bryce Huff. You think he could be Hassan Reddick when he's never been? Or, no, I'll take that back, where he's been only 1 year. Every single guy you have signed, shit, that guy Paris Campbell, 2 years ago, he was good. You can always count on our good friends at JAKIB bringing up the 2022 season. That's like bringing, hey, that's like bringing up the Mets 1969 season. Hey, 69 Mets. 2022 Eagles. Yeah. He was good in 22. That 22, man, everybody seemed to be good in 2022. I don't know. Okay? Last year he stunk. Then, wait a minute. The Giants stunk, right? Boy, we're going to find out how bad Brian Dable is as a coach. Okay, so Paris Campbell. So you think Paris Campbell has more yards than he did in 2022. So this is what you guys are saying to me. How many yards did he have, James? Xander? What was that thing, 2022? 653 yards? So 653 yards from the third wide receiver, 2,000 additional yards from Saquon Barkley. Shit, you guys got 2,700 total yards that you're adding to your offense, and you've already got two guys with 1,000 yards that are tied in with 600, and you're adding another 2,700 yards to your offense? Wow, I can't wait. This is going to be remarkable. Holy cow. Hey, woo, man. Yes, sir. Mark Farzetta will join us at 3:30 Eastern time. 5:30, the one, the only Philly Godfather with all the things going on in the NCAA tournament. By the way, my boys at Grand Canyon play tonight. So looking forward to that too. I want to see how far they can go. That's a heck of a basketball program that I never heard of before. Okay? Hey, you guys are going to have a banner season offensively. Holy cow. All right. Hit the like button. March Madness is here. JAKIB Sports and us here have teamed up with our good friends Underdog Fantasy. Our great viewers and subscribers, we thank you so much for being part of the program like you are each and every single day. Now, look, all you have to do, we're guys are signing up big time, and we appreciate it. $10 in Underdog Fantasy, they match it. $20, they'll match it. $30, all the way up to $100. You put a C note in, they'll give you a C note. They'll give you $100. Simple as that during the March Madness tournament. Remember, Underdog will match you all the way up to $100, but you have to use the promo code WIN. WIN. That's WIN. It's at the top of the chat. Do me a favor. Please sign up. Mark Farzetta will join us at 3:30 Eastern. Hit the like button on this Football Friday and keep it here on the National Football Show.